experience.
What it's like to live under a nice breezy cloud.
Yeah, breezy cloud.
Yeah, man.
I think everybody else was a little disappointed, but it was like cool for us. I'm getting all kinds of warning, but we're connecting. I think we're connecting.
Yeah.
Usually Facebook is the one who's just like, no.
Facebook will tell you. See, I'm looking at my phone waiting for them to give me that little buzz that they do. When it's all hooked up. Yeah, dude, Monterey was great. Did you guys spend a lot of time at the aquarium, or was it?
We did go to the aquarium. What the hell is it, like $50 for the aquarium? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I was just kind of curious about what it had gone up to.
What kind of bullshit is that? I understand that they're saving the fish and all. Okay,
isn't there a Trump tariff on fish now? Isn't
that what it's about?
I think there's something about that now. He's like, fucking fish. Fucking hate them.
All right, I think we're live, man, and I think we're going.
We are. We're gonna do it.
We're gonna do it.
So, I think I just got my little thingy. Yep, yeah, that is.
So
Facebook.
we're gonna throw to you. It's 9:30,
right.
So let's do it up. Here we go.
All right. Attention, Cambridge Analytica. You were right in assuming that Very Dead Ideas was off last week. Some vacationing happening and shenanigans ensued. But don't worry, you can still mine my data. I live in Northern California. My cohort lives in Southern California. We do a show called Very Dead Ideas, and you have just broke live with us. Congratulations. Holy shit. Welcome to the format. Oh. Hey. It's my dog. Oh. So hard to deal with, man. Getting blown up every week. Last week, I didn't get blown up at all. I didn't get blown up last week, so I feel like I'm out of practice. I feel like I'm not good at being.
It's one of those things. It's like falling off a bike, right? You get blown up once, and then
you always know how to get blown up.
You always know how to get blown up. Welcome to Very Dad Ideas. Welcome back. We took a week hiatus.
Relax. We're back. We're back to get in your face on a Tuesday night.
I mean, people were clamoring for us to return, Darren, but here we are.
Oh my God!
Back up.
I'm in line at Safeway. You know. I'm at my bakery.
And
I'm
people
getting
are turning
my baguette.
around like, when's the next Very Dad Ideas coming? When is it?
Jump up off me. Back off of me. I am an internet star, and I deserve space around me when I'm getting my baguette.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Our 30th episode.
30th.
Is this amazing? We made it.
We made it. Yeah.
And what a 30th episode we have for tonight, Darren.
What an extravaganza. We're going to be negative at Venice.
Not always. I think we're going
to No, we're going to try to be nice. We're going to be nice. We're going to be nice, but we're also going to tool on it a little.
We're going to tool on it a little bit. And if anybody would like to join in the tooling of Venice, California with us, please join us. We should be live on all of the networks.
Pop in and say one thing that annoys you about Venice. And if you care to, say one nice thing too.
Right.
You can have a nice thing in.
Right. So I guess we should do some fireworks on this. What do you think?
Oh, can we have like the explosion is complete. Very Bad Ideas.
Great.
Great. That was like $30 million, that shot.
Right there. That was all our whole budget.
Yeah,
right there
that's a lot. We've spent a lot of money on production around here. What are you drinking tonight?
A little Golden Road, Point the Way. Just
Golden Road. Okay.
It's
Point the Way IPA.
Los Angeles beer. Yeah.
Mm.
So, all right, let's to have us go back into it. Of course, we're going to go right into our DadVice now.
That's right.
DadVice. I'm with the kids, and so I'm here to bring you some DadVice.
DadVice.
Straight from the heart. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. You got to go straight to you.
No, it's fine. I just wanted to get it in.
Dude.
No, that's right. We're in your face. We know it better than you do. We're going to tell you how to do it. In fact, you should probably get up right now and mow my lawn. DadVice.
Nice. I'm going to DadVice while I'm eating Ritz peanut butter crackers because I didn't have dinner.
Yeah, man.
I'm a professional. Right?
See, because you know what you are, Nye?
What's that?
And you just admitted it by your snack. You're a caterer.
Oh,
that's what you become when you're a parent. You're like, you make like 3 dinners.
Right.
How many dinners you have for kids?
And then when you take their yogurt back to the fridge, you're like eating it.
Yeah, you're just like eating whatever. Yeah, you just grab, it's a slice of cheese.
So my parental DadVice for tonight is about your kid. My kid is now 3, and he just had his birthday a little while ago. And he says no to everything. So just this past weekend, we said, "Do you want to go to the beach?" I don't want to go to the beach. Or do you want to go swimming? I don't want to do that. Do you want to go to school? I don't want to do that. And my advice on this is don't let them shut you down. You got to keep moving forward because they might actually want to swim. They might actually want to go hang out with their friends at school. They might want to do all these sort of things. So instead of saying, but you have to go to school, they're going to it's just going to escalate them going, I don't want to, I don't want to. So you find ways to say, okay, that's fine, but why don't we get in the car and go for a ride? Or if they don't want to swim, that's okay, but why don't you put your shorts on because it'll be, and you just keep it moving down the line. And then when you hit conflicts, you just kind of work your way through it because the alternative is just being completely shut down, and that just does not seem to be working at this particular point.
Man, I totally hear you because that whole saying no to the parents thing I think is big because Luke and my youngest son, he's not there yet, but he will be. Like that's a power play, man. Like Luke does that and did that all the time.
Yeah.
And you handle it in a variety of ways. I mean, one of my favorite ways is just to not even make it an option, just tell him what we're doing. And then if he crabs about it, just be like, just get in the car. There's nothing else going on here today. This is what I have. Yeah, but then isn't he
like crying for like the problem is like I don't want.
I always feel it. See, we don't get the spaz. We don't get him to like he sort of worked his way through that. And my kid's not 3 anymore. It was 3 years ago. So like my real memory of it is sort of spotty at best. But what I remember is that like he had that phase. It was short-lived, and I attribute it to because I only just have it the one kid. Is that we didn't entertain it.
Yeah.
We were just like, we're just going. Like to the beach or wherever it was, wherever it is that he put his foot down, it'd be like, or, like sort of in a combo of like, we're going, but I would also escalate it. I'd be like, well, great, as long as I get there first.
Right.
And there's this competitive thing with my son where I can just get him to do stuff because I'm just like, I'm just like, I'll get to the door first. Sweet. I'll be the winner.
Yeah.
And boom. He's like, rolling through the door.
So it's just like a constant negotiation is really the vice is that we're giving is that.
Well, you already know it's a constant negotiation. And I know it's a negotiation. It's like, how do you want to negotiate with the kid?
Right.
At a certain point, like since you do like they have to go to school or whatever it is, there's no option. There's an illusion of an option because the kid's like, no.
Right.
They don't have anything after that, I don't think.
Right. Well, there you go. That was our DadVice. So let's move into our main segment tonight. Darren, we're talking about Venice, and we're going to tool on it a little bit.
We're going to tool on Venice a little bit.
But I wanted to bring this up because, I think there's two distinct time periods in my life with you specifically. One was when we were hanging out in the Bay Area in San Francisco. There was like sort of the Tenderloin area that were the Polk area.
That honestly, like especially the Tenderloin area, is like the least changed of all of San Francisco because there's so much entrenched poverty.
Yeah, right. But I mean, I think that was like a going out time for us or whatever.
For sure, man. That was our big party, and then like Venice was sort of our like we both have like live-in girlfriends, and we're like, and we're we're more serious,
right?
But we
were trying to do like a Wednesday night, kind of like what we're doing right now.
Yeah, we were doing like a Tuesday night hang or a Thursday night or whatever it was.
Right.
Especially when we didn't have kids and we just don't even realize how easy that is before you.
Right, and we would play a little video games, and then we would like decide to go out in Venice, and we would always come up with the same problems, which was that there was nowhere to drink, and we didn't know where to go, and everything was too expensive, and whatever. So
and just completely crowded, like everything, and that's 2010, that's 2011. That's not
long ago. I don't think.
It was. I mean, 2010 through 2014 is when I lived there.
That's right. Okay, so I think it was sort of that around that area. So, why don't we start about like the good things about living in Venice?
Let's do, because there's lots of great things about living in Venice. I mean, of course, first and foremost, you're super close to the beach, and it's great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of a dirty LA beach. Like if you're looking on the scope of like beaches around the world. Right. But man, it's just some fantastic, crazy, bunch of people running around at Venice Beach. You'll like, and it's good crazy. There's some bad crazy, but like it's pretty good crazy.
I like it because like the area feels smaller. The streets are smaller. The houses are a little bit smaller. There's actually houses. Yeah. It's not just like endless apartment buildings.
Yeah.
There's definitely a culture.
It's not like the Del Rey.
Yeah, not like the Del Rey, which is essentially like Florida, right? I mean,
yeah, it's Florida, dude. I love that analogy.
Yeah. So I mean, it's got a lot of grit, a lot of personality, and a lot of like the great parts of Los Angeles, which is the skateboarding and the surfing and the whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's definitely a reason that we both were attracted to the area with our
yeah, the real
girlfriends.
Turks. The real Turks are there, you know, like
Yeah. So, but then it started to like shift because I guess, you know, Elijah Wood and Julia Roberts have houses and whatnot, right? I mean, that's probably the big reason.
Sure, but that wasn't really it, right? I mean, that's more because those guys have some money, but like the tech companies kind of rolled down there and started buying up buildings, and now it's Silicon Beach, right? That's the fast forward.
I would think Playa is more Silicon Beach. That's like
really,
yeah. I think like the YouTubes and the well, I guess YouTube might have gone out, but like Apple.
Man, that stinks because I really like Playa Del Rey.
Culver City. Oh yeah, Playa is gone crazy. Google, a whole bunch. So that Playa area, there was this whole wetland area there, and then they just basically built houses and and there's like a little market in the middle of it or whatever. And I think that area has fueled a whole influx of the Silicon Beach. I think, yes, in Venice you've got Snapchat, which is really kind of taken over a lot of Anchor in Venice and has bought a lot of Venice. And then there is, yes, some startups and things like that. But like I think the real tech money is just a little bit south on the other side of the marina, kind of in the Playa area. So
yeah, well, I mean, I remember when they sort of, I know where you're talking about. It's sort of where Electronic Arts used to have a place.
Yeah, exactly, that area right there.
That area right over there, like, that's been sort of the front for like, you know, shots of Silicon Valley, that HBO show they use.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and I remember actually the episode that you're talking about. Let's actually go to the main screen. I'm going to pull up the map so people. We've getting people listening to the podcast, but if you want to, like, you know, duck in on the...
if you want to see how good looking we are, because we are... this is...
Especially Darren.
Oh, my God,
dude. You've got those salty... the salty hair right there. So we're looking at Long Beach here, so I guess...
And my great sideburns, I got to say, nothing drags in the likes and the follows like... Just a gray
old hair. That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
So
there's the Del Rey, right? Is that
this is the Del Rey. So this is so like Google is right here on Main Street, but you and I were kind of in, I guess it's the Dogtown area.
Yeah, there's the Whole Foods on Rose. Yeah, man.
Right, right, and that was part of the part of So where is Rose here? Oh,
yeah,
Rose,
you're right there.
Here.
You said Whole Foods. Yep.
Yeah. So this area, so Lisa and I lived right over in this area here on Vernon Avenue, and you were across the street on
down there in Marco. There you go.
Right. And so on a Tuesday evening, I would go over here, or you would come down here, and then
there was that Wurstkirch, or what was it?
Yeah, Wurstkirch was here on Lincoln Boulevard, and then there was maybe some options on Rose, but generally we would go down to.
There's a Cafe Gratitude on Rose. If that gives you any indication of who rolls around there.
Right, now. Cafe Gratitude, where you have to order a cheeseburger by saying "I am gratitude" or
Except you can't have a cheeseburger at Cafe Gratitude.
You're right.
They're not gonna have that.
Exactly.
But yeah, no, I mean Rose Street used to be where, you know, sort of all of the poor heroin addicts used to sort of be around, and the Whole Foods went in right sort of next to the dollar store where everybody was.
So
anyway,
it
usually makes for cheap rent.
So you and I would try to find a place to drink. Like Abbot Kinney, and if these names give you any idea, I mean, do you want to go to Plant Food and Wine? Do you want to go to the Butcher's Daughter? Do you want to go to like Salt and Straw? So we would always wind up at the Brig. I think it's been a new management now.
Oh, really?
But it's the same shit, right? It's still
right. So there's Stella Artois, which is like they had one beer on tap, and it was Stella, and it was $9.
That's right. It was like a $9 Stella. So if you and I wanted to have like a shot of Jameson and a Stella, it was like, you know,
each of us pay a $20, and we haven't even tipped yet. I don't know, dude. It was depressing and bad for morale. I was like, fuck, why do I want to work so hard to like pay these assholes? Yeah.
There was a couple of great places along the boardwalk here, like whatever the Venice Ale House. And
Absolutely.
Did we make it down to Main Street a couple? We might have come down to Main Street a couple of times as well. But the point
I remember
is,
me and my wife one time we just walked into Roosterfish. It was the gay bar in Abbot Kinney.
That's right.
Because the beer prices were really, really cheap, and
is that
they
still
just
there?
they fucking I don't know, but I mean they fucking hate it when you go in and not gay. But yeah, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Look, there you go.
Right
the gay bar institution.
People were nice enough,
there.
but like there were definitely people were just like, fuck off, get out of here, stop drinking our cheap beer. Yeah,
off here, whatever. So we've decided to, change our tune a little bit. We've both moved out of Venice, moved on from Venice days.
Yeah, man.
And I think we're gonna talk a little bit about why and what has happened to this old Dogtowny area of ours. So why don't you kick us off, Darren? What is the first thing?
Okay, well, first and foremost, like one thing that I really love, which I don't think is there anymore because I sort of Googled it, was the Sofa Company. Sofa Company was on Lincoln Street.
Okay.
And you could go in and you just made a whole custom sofa. We still have ours. It's amazing. Like they did a great job.
Yeah, I mean that strip is starting to really flip. There's like Noodles and like the Worst Cooch place, and then of course it's like Floyd's Barbershop, which of course is just like
it's a chain barbershop,
hipster central.
Holy shit, yeah. Luke got his haircut at that Floyd's once.
Yeah, I mean, I like bringing up the map to do this, but like,
I like the map too.
Wasn't it somewhere in around here? The Cock and Bull. Oh my God.
Yeah, dude. I remember that time we went into the Cock and Bull, and it was just like, we were just like there, and it was like the bartender and just somebody who's been there
right?
all day.
Was that time?
Yeah, the bartender was just on the phone.
Was on the phone. Is like, who are you? You're not British, right? I mean, some great stuff around here. Baby Blues, Worst Cooch, but the yogas and the whatevers are.
Yeah, man. Yoga.
So the Sofa Company looks like it's moved out, huh?
Yeah, I think they're gone. But they were amazing. Like they weren't cheap, but like it was a great place to get a great piece of furniture exactly how you wanted it, and we did. And that was definitely like
your number one.
Sad to hear that they were gone. Yeah,
my number one right now, bummer is Snapchat. So Snapchat. First of all, I never use Snapchat because I'm old.
Can you explain to me a little bit, because you're a little bit smarter about technology, a bit smarter about technology than I am. So what is Snapchat? It's a messaging service?
It's you can.
But I already have, so explain that to me, because I already have a message.
It used to be that you could snap a picture and then the picture would disappear. It would only be there for a period of time, but it lured enough people onto the network to be able to.
My dick pics would evaporate.
Right. So
a lot of dick pics sexting all day long, and so exactly.
Perfect for sexting. Well, they have
fear of reprisal.
They moved in on Ground Zero, which in Venice is the Windward Circle here area. So there is just a ton of Snapchat going on in Venice right now, and that's fine. A company can come in and bring in whatever, but it really has changed the overall tone of the area, which was,
weirdos and stonies and people not wearing a lot of clothes
and stonies and so that was great. So what is your next bitch?
Okay, so my next positive thing was this. So it's the sandwich shop that's down in Venice, and it starts with a Z. God, I can't remember. Yeah, it was the sandwich joint that was like right down in Venice, and they had this. You could get these little donuts that they made fresh right there, and it was God damn it, I can't remember the name of it. It started with the Z, and it was.
Are people watching right now? They might be.
No one's watching.
Might have some people on. Oh, your wife, right? She liked it.
Yeah. She's good people.
Okay, and so you're talking about another place that just basically went away.
It was right down there on the beach, and it was I think it's still there. Like that place is still there. It's just a legit great place. Bring me down there on the beach there. There's the beach boardwalk. It's like right off of that. It's like a sandwich shop. Just go north a little bit because they're there in the Muscle Beach. It's farther up.
Beach
there's
Somewhere along the beach here.
It's not right along the beach. It's like off one of the side streets. But it was this great. And they had great sandwiches. Snap Inc.
Yeah,
there's Snapchat right there.
Snapchat right there. See more Snapchat, Snap Inc. and Snapchat, and they go up and down between crystal vibrations and gingerbread cord.
Just gonna Google real fast.
Fig tree.
No.
I think we're getting into oh, here's the Venice Ale House. Yeah.
Oh wait, right around the Venice Ale House.
Wow.
Sort of disease. All right, you go with yours. I'm gonna try to figure it out.
So the thing I was gonna say was so there's no place to drink, right? And that was a problem before, and I think it's only gotten worse before. It's really getting kind of bougie. So if you want to like have a beer, you're definitely going to be spending at least $10. My last thing about Venice is that what started to pop up, and this is my indicator from this point forward on what makes like a neighborhood kind of flip, is when they start selling dog treats. And I think there is right here, there's like somewhere in this summer on they're doing dog treats, dog collars, dog whatever. So you can go in and get like sushi or go to a tasting kitchen or something like that, and then buy a treat for your dog. And when you have that level of like, I'm taking care of my dog as well. Oh, Howl, handle.
Yeah.
Howl, handle with love. Right? I mean, come on. I mean, this is maybe jewelry. But still, like, I feel like this is just not a place for starving artists anymore. And I think it was
Zelda's. Isn't it Zelda's?
Zelda's? That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It's not like Zinfins or
It's like
I can't remember. But yeah, so that was
that's terrible. It's like a half good thing. I can't remember the name of it.
I pulled up a map and I don't think I put it on the screen, but so that's okay. I don't think anyone was watching anyways.
No, no, of course.
So
yeah, you're exactly right. It's like it's just. I mean, everything's changed. And I don't mean to be too much of like a grumpy old man and just be like, I try to say the same, but it's too much of that. Too much of like seriously like organic dog treats or whatever. Like
the fancy
too much of
pants
that shit.
is curtailing to that clientele.
It just really makes you feel bad for like the people who are down there, which is just people who are just like in weird dire straits and stuff like that, just like super poor people, and you're like feeding your dog like an $8 snack, and like there's just
and you can't, and even regular people can't afford rent. They're just being pushed out.
Yeah, they're just being pushed out. It's so fucked up. It's like that's what we want. Like we want that to be here. You want to make that much money, and that's what those people want to do with that money. Just a little out of whack.
Very frustrating. So we'll see what Tubby Vader thinks about this. He's all thumbs up.
Tubby Vader, you've come back to haunt me for the 30th episode.
That was our Venice segment. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back with another live draw, and some of our favorite characters will perhaps show up on the show.
Who knows what will ensue?
Who knows what's going to happen?
Sky is the limit on this show. We have crazy amounts of money. All of our investors are like down with whatever we want to do.
Whatever we want to do. All right, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. This is our second segment. So
you were listening to Jennifer Kess Remington there doing Raining in Reykjavik.
That's right.
Good
If you'd
stuff.
like to listen to more of her stuff, you can go to her website, which is heydog, HEYDOG.com. But Darren, we have our man on the street in the wings. Ready?
Oh, he didn't. I figured like he would have a previous engagement or something because he'd been going on vacation last week.
No, I reached out and he came out to me. So let's go to our man on the street.
Gig economy, baby. Yeah.
Welcome back, ShockDave, to the show. It's good to have you back. Always a pleasure.
Hello, it's me, ShockDave. Good to be back. Where were you all last week? I was expecting a paycheck from you people. Yeah. I didn't get paid, and no one had me for a job last week. I'm terribly upset.
I'm terribly sorry about that. The office wasn't being manned. I was on vacation in Monterey. I took the family north for a bit. You understand that I need to have a break once in a while. You know how that goes.
Out of your mind? I should contact Megatron and see what he has to think about this. But first, have you a question for me, your ShockDave?
Yeah. So, what do you think about Venice, California, and the the change in the real estate and the scene and all that sort of stuff?
Silence, fleshling. And by the way, it's Zelda's Corner. That's where they have the little donut conveyor, and it's this magical donuts, just 12 little mini magical muffins that you can pop into your mouth. It's a very I have to put down my gun, and one of my arms is a gun, but with one hand, they are like tiny bits of cinnamon-infused energon.
So can you eat donuts? Do you have a mouth?
Silence!
All right.
Silence, fleshling. Yes, Zelda's Corner is very good. I also fancy the beer that is all over Venice and the weed. There's a lot of good smoke in Venice, my friend.
Are you much of a smoker, Shockwave?
You think this is a gun on one of my arms, don't you?
No, it's...
Megatron has been fooled for 12 cycles. He hasn't known that this is not a gun for 12 cycles.
Is there a certain kind of strand that Decepticons smoke, or
sour cookies?
Sour cookies. I see.
Yes.
I see. I think it's a body.
It's an indica sativa hybrid blend. Plenty of CBDs.
And it works well on...
Megatron would never know that I'm baked right... I'm baked. I'm baked right now. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm holding the gun, but I may not be. No. I have to transform him and talk to my tiny little man gun. Me.
Well, ShockDave, it's always a pleasure. I hope that the Venice weed...
I wish I could say the same of you, fleshling, but it was not a pleasure. I feel like I had a lot more to tool on, but I really want to get back to playing. It's free to play this weekend if you play the Skyrim, not Skyrim, but the Elder Scrolls. I want to get back.
Oh, okay, of course. Well, enjoy your time with Skyrim, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.
Very well. Oh,
Darren, that was great. We had
man, that guy is all over the fucking place.
He is all over the place. Sometimes,
Jesus.
I think he was a little stoned tonight. Maybe
I think he was. I think he. It seems unprofessional. I mean, if he's the guy who's relaying all transportation on Cybertron,
we're paying this guy, and he.
And we're paying him on top. We're a side gig for him. Fuck that guy.
All right, so let us.
I'm actually jealous of his job. I'm jealous of his job. I'm sorry. Anyway,
we're gonna go into
our live draw for you people tonight.
Live draw. First of all, this is my son drew some of this, so we get
This is really good.
A couple of.
I look like a giant strawberry and a bike, and yeah.
Right.
That's yeah.
Okay, so what are we drawing tonight?
What are we drawing tonight? We could draw. Right. The first thing I thought of was just like some doof walking his expensive dog right by a couple of bums, but
totally. I mean, so I moved my mic here because when I was listening to the podcast. When I was over here, my mic was over here, and then you couldn't hear anything I was saying. Also, if you're on the podcast, feel free to duck in or check our Instagram. You get to see this image. Because way more...
Yeah.
Way, I mean way. a dozen more people are listening to the
There are
podcast.
12 more people who are
Right.
listening to us.
All right,
Yeah.
so you're right. There needs to be some sort of like douchey Venice person.
Right. Just some dude with one of those haircuts where it's like you just can see the whole side of each side of their head. You
And
know,
they
just
have
'cause
like
it's shaved.
Rhine glasses. You know the
Yes.
rhinestone glasses.
Yeah, because they're just fuck bags.
And what is it with the beard too? And they're like square. They're like ZZ Top square.
They've been growing their beard for like as long as they've been able to have a beard, and yeah, and I don't know. Just again, it's never like not 80 in Venice, so you just know that that's terribly itchy, like that just hot thing that you have on your face.
You get like marine layer though.
It's like
right?
face mullet. They have face mullets. That's what it's becoming to me.
Yeah, and then they still wear tie-dyed, but it's usually like Gucci tie-dyed or something, right? It's like.
But do they really? I mean, is that a stretch? Do they really wear tie-dye?
I see
Because
plenty
they
of
fucking
tie-dye.
better not. God damn it.
I still see tie-dye down there. Don't you? Don't? You didn't?
Man, no, there is, and you're right. I'm just saying, like these days, like they still like this is 2018 now. This is, I mean, I've been there for 4 years.
Yeah, but that's part of the Venice thing. It's kind of like whatever.
It is one of the last places, man. You can just sleep on the beach, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sleep on the beach, man.
Do they still allow the hobos to be down there, or is there too much money for them to be down there?
Yeah, they've
That's
cleaned
the
out a
real
lot
question.
of it. I mean, there might be a few, there's some people who were like, oh my God, the homeless everywhere. What is it? I'm like, they were here before you were here.
I know, they're like the indigenous people, dude. I mean, like it or lump it, there's lots of places to live in this world. That this is where they had made it.
What are the name of these shoes that are like plastic? Are they like
Fucking Crocs, dude.
Crocs?
Oh yeah.
That's what everyone wears, right? And then
Celebrity chefs and douchebags all over the world love
kind of
fucking
capri pants, and then they're drinking moon juice, which is, do you remember moon juice? It's like right there on Rose.
No, I do not.
So
oh yeah. No, I do.
Right across the street
Yeah.
from a yoga studio, and it's just constantly women in yoga pants paying $12
for a cold press.
for like Akamai organic,
Yeah.
clean, whatever, cold press.
That
body.
shit is coming to Alameda. There's like somebody who's finally putting in like a cold press juicery, because every bar I've ever worked at, like 3 blocks away, is like a cold press juicery. And I'm sure I'm taking a shit all over something I know nothing about.
Right.
But I am taking a big shit on it by saying that $12 is a ridiculous amount of money to pay for juice.
On Rose, right there, there's a what's it? A Groundworks. It's a coffee shop, and that's usually I consider that place to be the kind of like the city hall ground zero of Venice. And so there's always people out front hanging out, and they're like discussing the whatever. And there was some woman out there with a cello, like holding up and playing the cello outside, while there were like people smoking their little cigarettes and drinking their cafe and whatever.
Is that Groundworks? Is that next to like? Is it next to like a Subway? Like.
No, it's like, so the Whole Foods on Rose, like right back
okay.
down,
So it's
like one block there.
I know the one you're talking
and that
about.
whole area flipped, I think, because of the Whole Foods. The Whole Food moved in there, and that was just like the match in the pool that just caused the whole thing.
It was a janky grocery store, and then next to a dollar store. Even my old Ralph's, my mildly janky Ralph's that I used to frequent, I think is not the same Ralph's anymore. It's all changed. Right. You got the Rose, and then you have the Link. The Link came in too, and right, because it's that big area that's behind the Ralph's that was like a old military base that they repurposed.
Right.
We were leaving, people were starting to buy and move in there.
Right.
And it's just like a massive chunk of like density, like right there. Like it's actually like a city block with just the housing right there. So Lincoln already at 45 miles an hour, like people drive 60 down it. So it's just, if you were lucky enough to be able to make a right-hand turn, you had to be at like 60 miles an hour by the time you made the turn.
Dude, that Rose Lincoln intersection there, I don't even know. I'm just sort of filling out the cities back here in this drive. but that intersection there between Rose and Lincoln there, like that whole area gets so many cars now. Like if you go down Rose to try to get down to like where the Venice Ale House is or anything like that, that section there on Rose, it is just so fucking packed. It just takes forever. I mean, Lincoln Boulevard is packed. I think anybody who tries to get in and out of Venice now is just completely hosed. But you know,
I mean, everywhere I worked around there, I mean, like it was real close, and you know, like that was the whole reason I even like wanted to try getting the job, just because, you know, the commute, if you have to be on time somewhere.
Oh yeah, for sure. Okay, well, this is our sort of Venetian, I guess, but he's working on a screenplay while he's drinking his what I don't know,
acai
juice. He's on his way to Whole Foods with his dog to get some dog treats. Maybe we'll put like an Abbott Kinney sign. Also, no more Abbott's Habit. Abbott's Habit is now gone on Abbott Kinney, folks. So one of the last institutions of
is that the pizza joint?
It was the sandwich place where you could get like, you know, turkey sandwiches and
Abbott's Habit.
The pizza joint was terrible, man.
I don't know. Did you ever have the salad pizza there?
It was okay, but like their crust is terrible. Like,
well, because it's a bagel crust. You had to get the onion bagel crust. If you got the onion bagel crust with that, I mean, it does sit in your stomach like a fucking bomb afterwards, because it's like just like the giant carbiest carb. But we had definitely some good salad pizza there.
So there you go. There's our live draw for episode 30. We're doing our Venice, and so let's go back to our big 2 up here. And Darren, you know, I've been you know, trying to make ends meet here and there, so I've been out doing some Uber. So
you have?
Yeah. So sure enough, I was out the other day, and I picked up the same guy. It was crazy. So,
oh my god, dude! Well, you must have.
Show you something.
Yes, you did pick me up again. And you know why? Because I gave you 1 star the last time, and I wanted to give you a second chance.
All right, so I'm working hard to take you somewhere.
Midnight. Yes. Would you like to know where I want to go?
Yeah, well, where are we going? I can't really tell on the app here.
Well, I'll tell you. I'm sort of lost myself. But can you take me to... It's a taco joint, and it's called the Pink Taco. It's in Beverly Hills, in a mall. The Pink Taco. I must go there.
Okay.
I'm meeting a party of 6. And I'm going to sit at the front, in the 7th position.
Nice.
Tacos, baby.
It's tacos. Great. Okay, so I didn't know that you could eat and swallow food, but I guess you do. You need to keep that muscular base up, right? I mean, that's.
Do you know where I work out? Man.
Where's that?
I work out where all of the buff dudes work out at Gold's Gym in Venice.
That's right.
You don't think I got a face like this from not doing juice, did you?
Nice. I mean,
let that be a lesson, folks. Don't do the juice.
There you go. You heard it here first. That Skeletor does. He works out.
I'm dropping bombs of knowledge.
So that was that's what it's like working in Uber, Darren. It's kind of a tough racket.
Dude, the gig economy sucks.
It really does suck. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back and we'll do.
Did he leave anything in your car? Is he? I mean, he smells like a dead guy, right?
Yeah,
he smells like a dead guy. Yeah. He's like a dead fella.
Not my favorite guy, and he also left me 1 star again. That bastard.
1 star. Wow, Jesus Christ! I mean, just to add insult to injury.
My heart goes out to anybody driving Uber. So
yes,
take a quick break. We'll be right back. for the last segment here.
Yeah,
okay,
let's do it.
And welcome back.
Folks, boom, you're back. We're back.
That was Jen Remington again. Go visit her at heydog.com. We love her to death. Dee, before we get into our last recommendations, let's do our meta show here where we talk about business.
Talk about how the doing of it.
You can follow us at Very Dad Ideas, verydadideas.com. The guy over there is Darren Jennings. I'm Nye Warburton. Our great music is done by the very talented Jen Remington at Hey Dog. All of our archive is on YouTube, but you can also get there via verydadideas.com, or you can listen to the podcast, which seems to be the popular way. The popular way of listening to our show.
You got to tuck right in on the mic when you pop.
Popular way.
Yeah.
The Buzzsprout, Very Dad Ideas at buzzsprout.com. We go live every Tuesday night at 9:30. Facebook Live, YouTube, Periscope, and Twitch. Some guy was like, "Oh, I'll follow you on Twitch," and I was like, "I don't do shit on Twitch. I really should."
Yeah, don't follow us on Twitch. Yeah. No, I mean do follow us.
Follow us anyways. The show is made from a variety of Adobe products. We use OBS Studio to stream. We use Restream.io, which is a service that streams to the networks.
What's the one that looks like a glaive, like Krull's glaive?
Oh, that's OBS Studio. That's what what you're looking at right now. And then Voice Made a Banana is our open source software that we do all of our audio with, and then Discord is how Darren and I chat. So there you go. So Dee,
Discord, which is actually, I just wanted to say, like, they're starting to disrupt Steam, like Discord and Microsoft Store. Like, there's all these games now that are not being released on Steam anymore. It's interesting to see.
I think Discord has really built an interesting niche into the gamer community. I think they're a great piece of software. They also are starting to set up rooms, ways that you can tip. I think that Discord understands that live streaming is really going to be a way, and also everybody is playing games and then communicating with the friends in a way. Yeah. And if they don't have a strong enough system in the game, Discord is really taking it. So I think it's a great company. So I'm happy that we're using Discord on Very Dad.
I myself am also happy that we're using Discord. Well done, Discord. Well done.
So Darren, now it's time of our show for our recommendation. So what do you have? What do you have for tonight?
My recommendation tonight is actually a local one.
Great.
In Alameda, and just in sort of talking about how things flip and how things change, especially in markets, especially when it's hard to hold on to retail stores. There's a toy store in town called Toy Safari in Alameda. It's on Park Street. And they are wonderful. They are one part toy museum, and they are one part like little baby toys, another part like mid-ground toy. They have like
Ninja Turtle.
Yeah, man. They have these glass cases where they just have stacks of action figures that you haven't seen in 30 years.
Wow!
They have all these things, and it's
Masters
glorious.
Of the Universe. Wow, this is fun. We should.
Look at that, Masters of the Universe. Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, I mean they have like tons of old Star Wars toys, and it's just the walls are packed with. And I'm sort of nervous and wary of like all mom and pop stores anywhere right now. Yeah. And I don't know, me and my son were there today, and we spent like the whole day trying to figure out what to buy. The idea is that I was trying to get him to take his money and like see if he really wanted to buy the toy, or if on second thought would he just want to save it for something else. Because whatever it was, he was going to do it, right?
What? 1977 Kenner Han Solo with gun. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Fantastic.
I know. It's amazing in there. And so we go in there, and I just sort of stand around and just stare at everything as hard as I can. Well,
wow, this is great. Darren,
it's
definitely need to check
amazing
this
store.
out next time I'm up there. Cool, dude. All right. Well, my recommendation is also a Long Beach, a local Long Beach.
Love it.
It is 10 Mile Brewery or 10 Mile Brewing. This is a local brewery. They started as straight up as you can. It was a family outing, and they won some awards, built enough of a following to be able to get the investment to be able to open their in Signal Hill, which is just like about a couple miles from where I live. The owner and the family surrounding are great. They have a dog that walks around. They're very open to kids. They have Connect 4 and various games you can play. They bring food trucks in. But the beer is fantastic, and the whole vibe is just like a really great. I mean, this is really a family-operated brewery that makes great beer, that really cares about the community and whatever. I follow them on Instagram, and they are... they put stuff out and they're supporting the community. So if you're in Long Beach or anywhere else, or if you're like really into beer, it's a great vibe. It's a great place. I highly recommend. It's probably like one of my favorite like businesses right now. I always wear breweries all the time. So this is this week's recommendation. So
that looks great.
D, that was our 30th episode. Not bad.
That was number 30. Yeah, no, we're out of our 20s, man. We're not kids anymore.
We are
grown up.
We are aging gracefully, as they say. So
we're pretty good. I'm gonna get some darkening for this thing here, and then after that, totally 30.
Yeah. So we'll be back doing the rest of the 30s starting again next week, Tuesday at 9:30. Please subscribe and follow us. If you're on the podcast, come in and duck in into the live. We'd love to see you.
Yeah, come in and say hi. Did anybody come in and say hi to us?
We had 2 people join and leave.
What? That's amazing. I can't imagine that they would join like that. It's unheard of. It's almost like those 2 people were our wives.
No, it was I can tell when Allison comes in. That wasn't. I mean, maybe she liked on Facebook, but so we'll be back next week. Thanks very much for joining us. We will see you then. All right, bye.
Bye.